Alright, today it's my version of potato and bacon, bit of onion, bit of garlic, hash browns. Something a bit different. Let me peel all of these, what I need, and I'll come back. Alright, so I've peeled all the potatoes and I've done a couple of small onions. They're not very big, they're small, and a large clove of garlic. Now what I've got here is about it's about a third or just over a quarter cup of flour. Not much, but that's going to be the binding agent for these to go into. So first of all, I'm just going to grate. Let's see if I can move some of this out of the way. Just going to grate some of these onions first in there. And yes, great. So we're just getting very thin slices of onion. It's going to be mixed in with the potato. And just be careful when you use this. I've been pretty lucky over the years, but you can make a mistake and shave a little bit of skin off. That's one. A small onion. It's like minced onion really, but it's shaved. Very similar. Okay, that one's done. Just going to do one potato and then I'll cut and come back to after I've done the others. But same principle, we're just grating with the larger grate. You can see on a lot of these old graters you've got options for smaller grating. The larger one's quite okay. See the little pile of potato grated going underneath there. Right, we're getting pretty close to the end of the first one. What I'll do is I'll cut and we'll come back after I've grated all the potato in there. Alright, so I've grated all of the potato, and like I said, there's about a third of a cup of flour underneath. We might add a little bit more if we need it. And I've just grated the garlic on top as well, so potato, onion and garlic in there. I'm just going to stick one egg in at this stage. Beautiful. Free range eggs those. And what I've got here is just some bacon. What I'm going to do with it is to slice it very thinly, and that's going to go in the mix as well. So you've got bacon, pancetta, bit of speck, whatever you've got you can use. Even other bacons like turkey bacon, I suppose. Now these are just cut into reasonably small pieces. Okay. Put that in the mix. Alright, now all I need to do is get a wooden spoon and give it a bit of a stir. Now a lot of people you saw me grate the potatoes. Sometimes people will grate the potatoes straight into a bowl of icy cold water, which gets rid of the starch and you're just left with the fibre of the potato. I've done it both ways, and I can tell you I prefer just to simply grate it in and leave the starch in the potato. I think it helps with the way that I actually make these bacon and cheese, onion and garlic. Well, not cheese. Did I say cheese? Maybe I'll put cheese in there. So just mixing these up. Other people have got different names for these. Something similar to this is called mock fish, where you fry it and it looks like a piece of fish. But these are going to be bacon and potato. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, grab a spoon. Right, just want to show you the sort of consistency you're getting. Right, you look at that and you think, oh yeah, how's it going to fry? Well, I think it's pretty much spot on. Just give it a bit more of a stir. about ready to go. I'll get the oil heated up. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this pan, not too much. But what it will do, it's going to sort of shallow fry. For those that are thinking, am I going to deep fry these? I'm not. It's simply going to be shallow fried. Right, I'll get a little bit more oil in there. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't. But let's try that. Alright. There you go, you can see that. There's a little bit of oil in there. I'm going to put a little bit more. It's on medium high. So it's probably going to be about 1/8 of an inch of oil. And during the process of cooking 6 or 7 of these, it will soak up a bit of the oil, but that's okay. And I may need to add a little bit more cooking oil when I get to the end part of the deal here. So just let that heat up a little bit and we'll come back and we'll start cooking these potato and bacon hash browns. Alright, we're getting pretty close. What I am going to do is just put a little bit of this on. You don't need to panic too much with how it looks when it first goes in. You can pat that down slightly and then leave it be. Boy, you can smell the garlic. If you're not a big eater of garlic, I can only encourage you to start being a big eater of garlic, because I truly believe between the plain old onion and garlic, there's a lot of medicinal things that they can do for you. One more in there. So again, all that's in here is a little bit of flour, an egg to bind it off, potato grated, onion grated, and a little bit of garlic grated. That's all we have to do. Probably about 3 or 4 minutes on each side, and then you'll just flip them over and we'll start cooking them up. But first of all, let's just put this on a bit of a speed so we can go through the process and you can see it. Alright, I'm just going to give these a bit of a flip. The smell of that garlic is unbelievable. Sometimes when you go to your fridge and it's a bit tight for money, you'll probably realise that you've got a few potatoes, a couple of onions, a little bit of leftover, whatever. You can certainly make a meal out of it. Alright. So you're going to end up with a nice crispy, golden, very nice tasting hash brown. So what I'll do is I'll cut now and I'll come back as I'm getting near the end to cooking all of them so you can see them. Alright, these are pretty much done. So they're quite crispy both sides. And yes, I call them hash browns and they've got bacon in them, so people say, oh no, they're not hash browns. Whatever you like it to be. Now I'll cook this on a medium to high heat. It's not ripping in there because you've got a little bit of thickness to do with the raw potato, raw onion. So what you do is you basically just spend a little bit more time on a not so high heat cooking it all the way through. So these are ready as far as I'm concerned. I'm just going to put these on some paper to drain. And with these tonight we are going to have just a salad. Garden salad with some potato and egg salad I've made up as well with these. It's going to be our meal. Alright. That's the first of the lot gone out of the way. Let's just repeat the process. And it doesn't matter what size, you can do bigger ones or smaller ones. It's entirely up to you. When you look at the mixture, you might think, oh, that won't hold together. Well, it does, without much drama at all. with just a little bit of flour. Sometimes people overdo the flour and they end up very floury, because you've got to cook the flour out, of course. Just a little bit left. What I might do is make a little one. Basically in the middle, a bit of room. And if it starts to spit a bit, just whack one of them across the top. Alright, we'll come back when they're nearly finished. Well, more important than my bacon and potato hash browns, we're getting a little bit of rain. That might not seem special to people, but it's been about 70 days since we've seen any, so... and a bit of thunder to go with it. So I'm just going to turn these over. These are the last batch that I'm doing. Oh, listen to that thunder, isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love the sound of thunder. Alright, now these will probably need another 3 or 4 minutes on the other side, and then I'll probably flip them back over again, and then we should be pretty close to being done. Alright, listen to that beautiful rain. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it's just steady. It's not like really pelting down, but it's very welcome. So these are done. I'm unhappy with those. Just put them on this plate. When you're taking things like this out the fry pan, leave the heat on. If people turn the heat off, and even though it's only going to be a short time, you will actually soak up a lot more oil in your food, and you don't want to do that. Alright, so we'll just turn that off. And we'll move that out of the way. And we'll show you what we've got. So there you go. What that is a very simple recipe that anyone can do. What I'm going to do with that now is probably just put a little bit of seasoned salt and pepper to taste. Not too much salt because there's a bit of bacon in there, remember. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And I'm now going to make up a quick salad, and we're going to have that. Probably I'll have 5 and my wife will have 4, just because I cooked them. And just a nice salad. So you can make a meal out of very little. So this is just potatoes, onions, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of flour, an egg, mashed it all around, put in a fry pan, and voila. Now I'm going to show you. This one's been cooling for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, but beautiful crunch. Well, looks like 4 each now, because this one went missing. Until next time, give this a go. Have a go at making these things. Many different formats. You could add mushrooms, a bit of cheese, whatever you like. Just experiment. Simple food, but very, very tasty. If you have been, thank you for watching.